Right then, it is time then to, well, let's just get it done. Let's get it out of the way. This is not going to be easy. Let's not pretend it's going to be easy, because it's going to be a difficult challenge today, and today we will see the end of what has been an incredible 3-year journey here at NSB, and I'm absolutely gutted that this has to end today. But in all due respect to NSB, I think time was up, and we've had 3 incredible years here, and I could not be more proud to have represented this community, to represent of NSB, to be the leader of this community is an absolute honour every single day. To represent this community, I will never give up for this community, and I never did. But sometimes we just know, and I knew this year would be our final year, and it is a shame that we have to say farewell to the community this year. But it was time, and we've gone out on a good note, and I think that's an important thing to point out. 3 years here is a long time. 3 years here is something that isn't, the most. It doesn't sound like a particularly long time, but it really has been, and it's been an incredible journey, and I wish it could have been longer, but times have changed, and we've done an absolutely incredible stuff on here, and it has changed a lot about who we are as a community. We've met some incredible people on our journey. We have worked hard, and not to mention we never gave up, and like the name suggests, NSB never stopped believing. I've never stopped believing, not for 5 seconds. At times I want to quit, and I say I will, but I never do, because I know there is still hope in this community. I know that this community has changed things a lot, and I know what the work I've done here is hard. It was never easy. Nothing is ever easy. We will all face challenges at some point, but we dealt with these challenges. We faced challenges. We faced hard times. We faced things that you wouldn't normally face, but we did. We did it together, and we should be proud of that as a community. When you've worked here for 3 years, you just know, sometimes you just know what to do, and sometimes I just knew what to do, and sometimes you don't. We're all human, we make mistakes, but one thing I never made a mistake on was coming here and creating this amazing journey with all the amazing people that have been on this journey with me as well. To experience this and be able to run a community like this, it is absolutely incredible. I'd like to thank all the people on this journey that have joined me and made this the best time it can possibly be for any of us. This is not easy. No one said this would be easy, but I never gave up, and I never will give up on this community. This community will stick with me for life, and I'm happy that I was part of it. I'd like to thank Ninja for his inspiration. He's the reason I am here today, working at this community, and have been on this incredible journey. So massive credit has to go to him. absolutely huge credit to him, because none of this would have been possible without him. So Ninja, this is down to you, mate. I'd like to thank all of those who were with me on the roleplay at the start, all those that took part in competitions and World Cups, and all those who were there for me and the community when we needed it most. It's a hard day to say goodbye, but it is time, and we're just going to cast your minds back to 3 years ago on the very day that NSB was opened. No. So 3 years, well, almost coming up 3 years. It was about in June time, June 21st, 2023, that this amazing community opened its doors. And we began little with about 6 players, and gradually we grew and grew and grew and grew. And times were tough. But, you know, we worked hard, and we never ever wanted to see some of the stuff that happened. But sometimes things do happen. And it is hard, to say the least. But the fact we were able to accomplish as much as we did, we need to be proud of. We need to cherish that, and we need to take that forward. Three years ago, or pretty much 3 years ago, this amazing journey started. It all started on the game, well, for goodness sake, the day that I got this game, and the 21st of June 2020 will never be a day I forget. The day that I got this game and things completely changed. So we're basically getting used to the game. Obviously Ninja, who I've already mentioned, I met him, obviously know him, but we went into a party for the first time, and I met his friend Johnny, and they were talking about doing role plays, and I think something about community, and there it was, the idea that I was going to start a community, and from there forward we started doing role plays. The role plays didn't quite work out, so we moved on to something completely different, and we started doing Fortnite football. And trust me when I say this, these were the glory days, the days that you will never forget if you were part of them. It is hard to imagine that only a year and a half ago that we started doing Fortnite football. It's pretty hard to imagine. Since then we've done 15 World Cups, and we've achieved so much in that time. No one said it was going to be easy, but we never ever gave up when we were given setbacks, when we felt like giving up with it. We persevered. We didn't stop. We didn't stop dreaming of big ambitions. We never let ourselves down. We never gave up. We never stopped believing that we could do this. One setback led to another thing, and it was another positive. I think there's many things we can take away from this incredible community, because trust me when I say this journey has just been something to remember for a lifetime, and I hope this community has changed many people's lives as well as our own. When I opened it in 2020, I'd never imagine 3 years later I'd be saying, look at this, look at the journey we've been on. I'd never imagine 3 years on I'd be saying, we're closing, but we're going out on a good note. We're going out knowing we've done everything we can. I'd never imagine in three years ago that we've all grown 3 years older, but we all seem to still have the same love for the community, because my love for this community will never die. It has changed things massively for me, and I know it certainly has for people as well that's been here, and I know it's certainly changed how people look at this game, because you can do anything you want to on the game or in real life. If you put the effort in, if you put the time and effort in, you'll never not be able to do anything. We've managed to accomplish so much here, and we have so much to be proud of here, and I'm certainly one of the most proudest people of this community, and it's an absolute honour to be the leader of this community, because I've never for 1 second believed I was going in the wrong direction with this. Never for 1 second. We worked so hard to get where we are now, and that's the important thing. We made mistakes, and I call myself out on mistakes, because I make many mistakes, but I call myself out on them mistakes, and we made some harsh and brutal mistakes, some that you can't take back sometimes, some that make you look like you're stupid, but you're not. You're strong. You're a strong believer. We all make mistakes. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. That's part of human life. But our ability to bounce back was better than ever. What a journey we've been on here. We made mistakes, like I say, but we had some incredible moments, and I am so proud that only 3 years young, 3 years on from the day we started this, we are now sat here saying this. We are NSB, and we are proud. No matter whether we're a community tomorrow, no matter whether we're a community in a few years' time, no matter the dramas that happened, we never ever stopped. We never ever gave up, because we're not quitters. We're fighters. We fought till the end, and I'm so happy to be here today to say that we've accomplished everything we wanted to. I was never the best leader, far from it, but I was hardly the worst leader. We went through some tough times at some points, but we kept going. We kept fighting for it. And this place has changed who we are, who I am. And it's changed definitely a lot of things. And it's taught me a lesson that you can do anything in life. You really can. The commitment is the most important part. As Broken has just said, we stayed strong as a community, and he's absolutely spot on there. We were never here to bring up a community that was never going to make it. But never did I think 3 years ago that I'd have a community like this. I thought never in a million years. But look what a bit of hard work and commitment has got us. We started off a tiny little group with 3 to 6 players. We grew bigger and bigger, grew a wider fan base, and look at us now. Never ever I'm gonna forget this journey that we've been on. Doesn't matter how many people are on it, doesn't matter what happened along the way. We are NSB and we never ever gave up on this community. And I want us to take something away from this community, if nothing at all. Take away from the fact that you never ever gave up on us. That you believe till the last second. Look at this map here. None of this would have been possible without the players. Superb shots. A massive shout out to you. Been absolutely incredible, and you know, he says I'm his idol and I'm the reason. You know, I'm his biggest inspiration to become a community leader. But he's been absolutely brilliant. He's 10 times the community leader I will ever be, and ever was. And I wish him all the best at Dual Productions, which I will also be leaving soon. But it's 3 years now. We're all, like I say, 3 years older. We've worked hard, and it's now time for a blimmin' good time off. It's time for a new chapter. But I don't think we could do that without, you know, going over some of the best moments that we've had at this community in the past couple of years. Let's go over my top 5 NSB favourite moments in the whole entire time here at NSB. So number 5, I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to go straight in with number 5. And it's got to be when Badman said it was not over the line. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. But if you do know what that means, then I'm sure that was one of the greatest memories in World Cup history. Badman was an elite player in that. He never gave up, and that is something you've got to give him. Sometimes a rager, sometimes a whiner, sometimes frustrating. Lost his head every now and then, but who doesn't? But he never stopped. Here from World Cup 2, and he had to wait till World Cup 8 to win his first trophy, no matter how hard he tried. And that is something seriously people need to take and put it into their own focusing game, because every single player was capable of winning a World Cup. No matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are, you still had a chance to win it. As long as you had the fight Badman had, you had that chance. And NSB, well, there's not much more to be said, is there? Badman was a prime example of what an NSB player was. Never the best, never the worst, but he was the right laugh and he never gave up. Something you've got to put credit on his shoulders for. And in 4th place, I think it's got to be the Ring of Fire. It's got to be the Ring of Fire. That competition, you will never forget. I certainly will never forget the Ring of Fire. That was just an incredible. Do you know what? Let's not even use the word incredible. It was a sensational. It was just sensational. Yes, there was chaos, but there was fun. There was a good time. There was a lot to take away from it. Maybe ruined a little bit. But there was fight and determination and the passion to win. So that takes my 4th place. I'll go for 3rd. Seke YT. Anyone, if you don't know who Seke YT is, he is... Well, just search up Seke. Your answer's right there. That was just an incredible experience. When he noticed what I'm going to mention in a minute, number 2, as number 2. But when he noticed NSB, you know, it was just an incredible day, incredible memories, and you know, when he noticed this community, as popular as Seke is, it was just incredible. Number 2. Oh, it's impossible not to mention it, is it? It's impossible not to mention it. No matter what happened, Creative Masters pips number 2, doesn't it? That was just an incredible story. To think how many players we gained on the way of that as well, and just the way it went up and up and up. And yes, what happened in the end? Like any other fairy tale, you know, there's always a sad ending. But Creative Master was absolutely amazing. It was just 1 in a million chance. We met Alex Sade along that journey. We met loads of players on that journey. We met Seke on that journey. All of that was caused by Creative Master. All of everything that happened during the time when we lost Creative Master was heartbreaking, but we did not stop. We got back on our feet and we knew it was going to be a tough fight, but we did it. Because that's what we're all about. So that pips my number 2. And number 1, it's got to be the together. It's got to be the togetherness, I suppose. Goodness sake, tongue-tied. Togetherness of everyone here at the community. Not something we did, something we always did. We showed the fight, the grit, determination. We never gave up on anything. We never stopped at anything. We gave everything a fighting chance. We gave everything. We just gave it all we got. We're not quitters. We're fighters, and we've showed that. And we lost players along the way. There was drama. There was a long journey. But let's not take away the fact of what we achieved. We achieved so much. It was hard to make the decision to leave today, and it was always going to be hard. It was going to happen at some point. But the community just hasn't been the same since 2021. Things change, times change, and unfortunately that's just the way it all works. But sometimes the end of an era is the start of a new one. So today of all days, let's be proud of what we achieved. Let's be proud of who we are at NSB. Because we know we did everything we could in our time to make this community something to be proud of. I'm thankful to every player that was on this journey with us, and thankful for every player that gave it all, no matter if they were there for some time, a little bit of time, or the whole time, or even just a few days. Those who put the effort in, those who never gave up, and those who cared about this community. God bless you all, because you made this community. No matter whether I'm the owner or not, you made this community what it is today. They're the players here are the real reason that we are still have managed to survive 3 years. And I think they deserve huge credit for that. I don't want to take a lot of the credit. The only thing I'm going to take credit for is probably the name, to be honest, because that's all I could manage. But I wanted to create a community where I could prove no matter what challenges you face, no matter what difficulties you may have, no matter who you are or what you are, you can do this. You can make things happen. You can do the impossible, because there's no such thing as impossible as far as I'm concerned. Because if this community is possible, anything is possible. We must always remember that. We must always remember where we started and where we finished. There's going to be a lot more than just a 5-minute ending to what has been such a memorable community, but I think we'll finish it here very shortly here, where the first final of the World Cups were ever played. I'm probably just gonna go sit in this seat up here or something. But so many memories were created in so much time and effort, and it's been an absolute honour to run this community and to be on the journey with all these players as well, that hopefully we've, you know, changed their lives as well. You know, that's what the intent was as well, to spread the message that never giving up is always got to be a mentality you have. Something these players always did have, and they always put the effort in. Sometimes we had to get it out of them, and sometimes we had to demand it, or sometimes we had to be harsh with them. But sometimes you've got to be harsh, sometimes you've got to take things literally. Sometimes you've got to take things far to get the best results. And there's no shame in that at all. There really is no shame in that. And I really do feel that in the future, you know, we're never going to forget this, and the journey may end today, but it's a new chapter for us all. It's a new chapter for everyone at this community, and I hope they can take their experiences from this community and take them on to the future, I suppose. You know, no matter when you joined, I'm sure a lot of you would have had experiences in World Cups or competitions or role plays. Things that don't just come naturally. Hard work. It plays a humongous role in that. So to be on the journey we're on today, it was absolutely incredible. Things have got off to a rocky start this year, and I hope everyone just gets through it now. This is now the time that we all need to help each other out. More than ever, we need to be looking out for each other, because it's a difficult time at the moment. Things aren't always easy, and you know, people are struggling at the minute, and it's very important right now more than ever that we look out for each other and we care for each other. it's more important now that 3 years is up and we really reflect on everything we've done. Times have changed, obviously. 3 years is a long time. If I put that into a calculator, which now I'm going to do because I've thought about it. How long are we going with 3 years? So that's 365 times 3. Once this community's been open over 1,000 days. That's mad. That is a mad thought. That's quite a long time. So 1,000 days of this community, providing there is no leap years. I don't think there would have been, but 1,000 days. And what a journey we've been on. And the credit has to go down to the players as well, because they've kept this place going. They made sure that with every World Cup came, a lot of challenges that we faced, but they didn't let that stop them from becoming the best players they can be. And we're ready to move on now. And it's been such a memorable journey here. The 6G Stadium obviously held the first final. We've had 15 or 14 finals since then, and we've just achieved so much now. So it started off with just some random builds becoming something more than just into role plays, and from there it just grew. We got more creative, and from there on things just changed rapidly. And it's so great to just have that feeling now. We've done everything we need to do. We've had such a great experience here. Sometimes things don't always go to plan, and there was certainly a lot of dramas on the journey and a lot of setbacks. But if we didn't expect that, we'd never be able to show that we can fight back from things like this. So an absolute, it's just an absolute brilliant, attitude to have, not giving up and everything and fighting for it. And sometimes, like I say, you have to be brutal with players. Sometimes you have to go in at them. Sometimes you have to have a go at them. Sometimes you have to go in really hard at them. And no one wants to be doing that. I don't want to particularly be doing that. But if you get the best out of them and they can learn things, we all knew what this community was capable of. We all knew that somewhere along this, journey, there was going to have to be an end. But it is what we did on the journey that was the important bit. So I feel like we need to give ourselves a lot of credit for that, and I want the players to also take a lot away from this as well, because I'm certainly so proud of every single player that was here and everyone that got involved. And to even be here today, talking about how many World Cups we did, what we did, blah blah blah. It's just an absolute, it's just been an absolute dream. It's been an absolute dream, and it's just so unbelievable that we've got this far today. Who thought, you can be honest, who thought when you first joined the community, or whenever you first heard about it, who thought that we'd be here today saying all of this, and saying, you know, being able to say, we did this, we managed to achieve this. We've come so far as a community, and we should be so proud. No matter what happened, mistakes happened, we got things wrong from time to time, but that happens. And this community certainly changed my life. It certainly changed definitely changed a few players' lives. And I was never the best leader. I can think of plenty of better people that could lead this place way better than I could, but the players stuck by, and they just embraced this journey. It's journeys like these that can change things quickly. And we were ambitious. We went and got our sponsors. Credit to Red Velvet, credit to Fleet Town, you know, credit to all those that, you know, credit to Door Productions as well. They were a massive help along this journey. Credit to all of them. You know, you've played an absolutely crucial part in the rise in this community, and you know, something we've all to be aware of as well is the time it took to build this community. It was not quick. It was not anything short of quick. It was a long process, but we were patient. Patience is absolutely key. And I'm not joking around. It's generally key. We were never going to be here without patience. We didn't rush things. We never rushed things, to be honest. We were just so patient. We were ready for this, and I'm just so happy we were able to finish off on such an incredible night. Almost brings you know, it's just so many happy memories that have been made here, and you know, it's changed who I am. It's changed, this community's just changed a lot, and I've certainly become more ambitious. You know, I certainly wanted this community to be the best it can be. I want to show I can do things. It doesn't matter who doubts me, who doesn't believe I can do it. I want to prove that I can challenge for things, I can compete for things, I can do this. And I believe by doing just, even this community has done just that. And that was made all by the players. So the players take some credit. I think the players definitely need to take some credit, to be fair, because it's not all down to me, is it? You know, if it hadn't been for the players, we wouldn't have been here in the first place. So fair play to every single player that put effort in, that was here for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 month, 1 year, short amount of time, 5 minutes, God knows there's been some tricky weeks, tricky months, you know, last year was a tricky year, but things happen. There is so much we can take away from it. So let's stay focused and let's stay committed for not just now, for the future. Because, to be honest, the journey of NSB is something that needs to be told more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, more than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it should be told as many times as a human can breathe a day. And even when creative, you know, it wasn't great, it hasn't been great for a while, we just carried on. And one piece of inspiration I would always tell the players is, if you give up, you'll never know what you could have done. But if you don't give up and you keep going, you will know what even if you fail, you will know what to do better next time. And you still tried and you did yourself proud. And that's what NSB stands for. Never stop believing. And the old name, NGU, and never give up. We were always looking to send positive messages out. And we are, let's be fair, we were at one point quite a big community. Let's be fair, let's be honest with ourselves. That's quite a fair comment to make. We were a pretty good community. And you know, it's been such an honour to watch this community rise. And you know, it's good when you succeed at something, and maybe not so good when you don't. But we've just completely shut the haters up. We've completely shut the doubters up. You know, we know what happened with it all. We know what happened with hackers. We know what happened with certain individuals. They're not important in this story. They might have affected a few outcomes, but they're not a part of this story. They did not change who we are. The fact of how far we've come as a community, to say the least. Creative Master was a dream, the World Cups were a dream, competitions were a dream. When I get a chance to breathe, it'll be a dream. Let's just get ready. Let's just embrace it now. Let's enjoy the final few minutes of NSB. We've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes before the community ends. Hold on, let me just put that out there. So we've got 6 minutes. We've got 6 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes to go. Here we go then. Something that I have been preparing for a while now. My final ever speech at this incredible community that 3 years ago I created. 3 years. 3 years. Here we go then. Let's take a seat and let's embrace the last 5 minutes of this community. Three years ago, I had an ambition. I had a dream to become a community leader like no other. I had a dream that this tiny little community that I once created would grow into something incredible, and it grew into something more than that. It grew into something that changed people's lives. It changed a lot. It's been an incredible, it's just been a sensational journey. The players have been sensational. Right now, I speak from the bottom of my heart. I wish the players well for the future. You've been absolutely incredible on this journey, and you've changed the way I feel, the way I view things, the way I feel about confidence, ambitions. We never gave up, and something we always wanted to do was show that giving up is never the option, it's never the way. And we've proved that. We've proved that now. Sat in this stadium that I've built in a game, it impacted things, it changed people. Things weren't always positive, things weren't always easy. But now I tell you, with 3 minutes left of this community, the most important thing that I will probably always remember is the day everyone came together when the community was at its lowest, and they dug themselves out of a deep, deep hole with the community at risk of ending, and they put so much effort in. They kept us going, they kept us working hard, and they gave us more to be excited about. We made mistakes here, but we're all allowed to make mistakes, because we all will make a mistake. That's just who we are. We're not robots. We're humans, and we will make mistakes. But we have got to be so proud of where we become, of what we've become. And I'm so proud to have been on this journey, and I just want everyone to take something away from the community that they would not take away from anywhere else, if anything at all. Never change who you are, because you are all fun, amazing, lovely human beings. You changed everything about this place. And I tell you in my final minute that right now, 2023 is a difficult time, and now more than ever we need to be looking out for each other, because times are tough and things aren't easy. And the more we look out for each other now, the better. I've walked away from this community knowing I've done everything I can to change the way that online gaming is run, and I put more effort into this than anything else, and I'm proud in the last 5 seconds that this is NSB, and we will never ever give up.